Check. What's good? Welcome to another FEPIC Coffee Sessions. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys have not already, please show that love. Slide over to the YouTube page. If you're not already there, give it a subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. If you're watching us on other platforms, greatly appreciated. You can always check us out at FEPIC TikTok, at FEPIC_IG, or just at FEPIC again over there on the Facebook. What we doing here for coffee sessions? Well, we're gonna pull some grinds, pull a couple shots, make a drink, and while we're doing that, we're gonna jump into a few titles that dropped this last week before tomorrow's new comic book day, right? So as always, we're gonna give you a little bit of everything. We're gonna hit you with some indie titles as well as at least one of the titles that dropped from the big boys. This week, kind of obvious. We're gonna go Image from John Layman and Jock. That's In Hell We Fight. We'll jump into that, talk a little bit about that. Another outing from Rob Liefeld, Daredevil issue number 1. What would we call it? Batter Blood, excuse me. And then the one I was most excited about, your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Street Fighter crossover. Not to mention that fire Freddie Williams cover. So let's get loud for a sec, pull some beans, and then we'll jump in to the first book. All right. While that's pulling, shout out to Sisters Coffee Company. We're sipping on some of their Black Butte Gold decaf today. Absolutely delicious. You got your pepper, your pine, your walnut, and of course, gotta have the hint of dark chocolate, okay? All right. Grounds pulled. Let's keep it clean. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Theory Has It on the beats. Okay, and while that pulls, let's jump into our first title. Again, from John Layman and Jock. This is In Hell We Fight. You know I love my indie titles. Here at FEPIC, if you tuned into anything FEPIC related, you're gonna know we skew a little bit more towards the independent side in terms of coverage and talking things out. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be DC Marvel titles, just constant. We could go into it all day, all night. But the indie titles that drop here in the last, decade are basically like the entertainment and film and TV's industry way to streamline scripts. So I don't always say, hey, you should buy every single independent issue that drops out, especially in issue number 1, right? But I do have some rules. If a title jumps at me, I'm gonna look into a synop, right? And if within that synop, I got some potential that I'm like, ooh, that could translate well onto the big screen, onto the small screen, onto the handheld, whatever, then I'm definitely gonna pick up not only just issues 1, but probably issues 1, 2, and 3. By issue 3, I pretty much got a vibe of if I'm into it or not, right? And sometimes it doesn't always click, right? But at least you have issues 1 through 3 if by chance down the line it gets optioned, right? All right, let's hit mute on that real quick while that's going. And while we're waiting, we will jump right into John Layman's In Hell. All right, if you joined us for our FEPIC New Comic Book Day, you heard me talk a little bit about this. And this is more or less kind of, you can't say a coming to age story, because these 4 kids, as we saw on the cover here, they're all dead. They're gonna meet in hell and take on a little bit of a mission. We'll talk more about that. But the first issue is more or less finding out how these characters found their way to hell, okay? A lot of fun, definitely worth a swoop. Jock does an amazing job with the visuals. I absolutely love the color palette used in this. It's not like your typical hellish landscape. It's different. I'm for it. All right. I don't want to give away too much. Okay? You guys can slow it down and jump back into it if you need to. Let's not break you. It does not want to stay. Okay, we good. All right, with that pulled, put you here. Generally, you don't want to let a shot of espresso sit that long, okay? At least I don't. I like to get it fresh and avoid the opportunity for it to stale up, okay? So while that's pulling, we're gonna start the next loud noise here. Loud noises. Loud noises. Get that froth going. And we're gonna jump into title number 2, which Rob Liefeld, Chad Bowers, Deadpool, Batter Blood, issue number 1. That is your cover A. If you tuned into the FEPIC New Comic Book Show, you definitely got to see the Scotty and the 1 in 25. Did I show the 1 in 25 or did I show the Scotty? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. If there's something that you see out of these 3 books, you're always more than welcome to swoop it up. Write down in the comments, just say bin or swoop or give me that or claim. I generally let you know during the FEPIC New Comic Book Day shows what my numbers are looking like. But if it makes it to a FEPIC comic session, y'all can swoop it up. So next up, we've got Deadpool, Batter Blood, issue number 1. And I'll geek on any Deadpool, well, in general. I'm going to geek on Deadpool no matter what. But I'm going to like it even more if it involves any of my 2 favorite cohorts when it comes to, like, Deadpool storylines. Cable, gotta have Cable, and or Logan. Gotta have some Wolverine in there. And in this story, we get both. All right, so let's check this out real quick. Quick little preview. Deadpool, Batter Blood, issue number 1. And we're gonna go straight into a story of Cable and Wolvie trying to get a hold of Strucker, right? That's him, who had just more or less created Thumper. I don't know if you guys have read the previous volume, but we can talk about that more. But more or less, they're trying to track down Strucker so that they can put an end to it. Deadpool wants to kill him, of course, whereas Wolvie and Cable actually have other priorities. I don't want to give away too much. We'll give you one more panel because where is it? I dug it. There we go. There's the explanation. Boom. Hit pause if you need to. Otherwise, swoop it up. A lot of fun as always. Deadpool, Batter Blood, issue number 1. I don't have my normal stand here today, so this is tricky. Getting tricky. Put this away. Ooh, one more thing. Even though I was only supposed to preview a couple pages, let me hit you with the last page. Second to last page, technically. Because that is where your cameo, your first cameo of Shatterstar is. All right? Again, we got rules. If it's a first appearance, you gotta swoop it. Gotta swoop it. Doesn't matter which variant you grab. Be sure to make sure you get yourself a copy of the cover A as well. Shatterstorm, Bryce, not Shatterstar. You know the difference. Okay, all right. How we looking? How we looking? Can't rush art, they say. I say it every episode. Kiss, little mix, little pat, get those bubbles down. You want that foam smooth, right? Love it, love it. Yes, please. Again, shout out to Sisters Coffee Company. There's that Black Butte decaf, gold decaf. Absolutely delicious. I think what stands out most in this, and it has almost a little bit of a bite because one of the first notes is pepper. And then on the back end, as it's kind of processed on your taste buds, you get that dark chocolate at the end, and it's yummy. All right, let's keep it pushing. Third title, third book. Again, these are all new titles that dropped this last week. Wanted to get these out earlier. Life happens, all right? Tomorrow is New Comic Book Day, so I do hope you guys have hit subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. But just keep in mind, every Wednesday, that's New Comic Book Day, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we'll be jumping into FEPIC New Comic Book Show, where we jump into the new titles of the week, right? And you can swoop up directly from that show, right? Whatever you need. If there's something, again, that you're looking for in particular, you're always welcome to DM the page and be like, hey, you got this? You got that? Or, hey, by chance, does this drop this week? And I'll be like, I think so, or I have no idea. Okay, here we are, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Street Fighter issue number 1. Again, Freddie Williams II on that cover, and it was definitely in the mix for my FEPIC covers of the week. If you guys have tuned in again to the FEPIC New Comic Book Day show, I always ask for your help on choosing what the FEPIC cover of the week is. I give you a couple options. We go from there. Let's dive in. Ooh, right out the gate. Oof. Love it. No backstory. We just jumping right into it. What do you know? Raph's into something sticky. In any Turtles title, I'm gonna continue to swoop. I mean, I'm loving Usagi Yojimbo. I'm loving the ongoing. So of course I was gonna swoop up. Stay. The Street Fighter crossover as well. Now I will say, even though I absolutely love the cover from Freddie Williams, there's something about Ariel Medell and Sarah Myers. They did the art and the coloring of the interior work. Something about it just, it didn't hit the way I normally would prefer it to, okay? I'm gonna give you that last panel. Multiple panels. But again, it doesn't matter. It's Turtles and it's Street Fighter, so it's gonna be fun. Definitely worth jumping into. Obviously, you're only gonna need, what, 4 or 5 issues on this run, so it's not like you're investing into anything too serious, but at the same time, fun read, okay? All right, y'all. As we recap and I take one more sip of this goodness, we've got John Layman and Jocks, In Hell We Fight. Definitely worth a swoop because it's got that potential to be optioned. The storyline, it feels like that teeny coming of age, but it takes place in hell, okay? A lot of fun. Dark, very dark, but yet at the same time, it's got good pace and still somehow keeps it light. Okay, cool. Deadpool from Rob Liefeld. I mean, is there anyone else that you'd want to read that? Right, okay, anyways. Always worth a swoop, especially when it's a crossover with Logan and Cable. And then, of course, your Turtles and Street Fighter. Swoop, swoop. All right, y'all. Delicious. Y'all stay safe out there. You know what to do if you haven't already. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. Do me a favor. If you want to show some love, drop the comments as well as a share. Y'all are appreciated. Stay safe. Like I said, we'll see you soon.